your blessings, count your steps. At your throat like we that strap. It's way too cold under the flesh. All we ball, but we don't mesh. All we drink, leave us a mess. Down on my drawers, that is old news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Bougie Gang. What is going on? What's good? Y'all, I don't want to say I had a terrible 24 since we last met. I can't say it was terrible, but baby, I was kind of sad all day yesterday. I was like, baby, it was an interesting day yesterday. I was in my feelings. Okay, maybe that's what it was. That's what I'm gonna call it. I was in my feelings yesterday. Okay, so yesterday we started out over here. Good morning, everybody. As you're coming in, tap in, come in, tap in, and jump into the chat. Okay, come in, tap in, jump in. Period. Right? Okay. So yesterday you guys dropped a bomb on me was not aware of. I was on a mom trip, and yesterday you told me what was going on the YouTubes with a mommy who is, a mommy that we love with not a grown daughter, but she's got a big girl daughter who's in her or late teens. And that threw me for a loop yesterday. I was shocked. I really was. I'm not going to even lie. Because in the back of my mind, I don't want to say the back of my mind, somewhere I thought that this was going well, but and I'm talking about Payton. So yesterday we saw the video she dropped. Apparently she had dropped something on Instagram too, but I didn't get to see that while it was still up. I think it was like a story, but she dropped some TikToks, which obviously she wants us to see. And I was shocked. I thought this guy was on, you know what I mean? We were, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say everybody was giving him a side eye, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those, if your friend is happy, your girl is happy, then we happy. You know what I'm saying? I think he had some side eyes on him, but not really. We didn't know who he was. This is where I kind of am like, when they started showing him, now maybe mom, so it turns out the boyfriend was cheating, or the boyfriend was duplicitous. We don't even know if he was cheating. He led Payton to believe that was her man, right? We don't know what he told that girl. So two-timing, what do you call that, right? Whatever it was, we don't even know if there's somebody else. If he's got two, he could have three, he could have not to make sis more upset. I'm just saying, someone's living a double life. You don't really know what they're doing. They're just a liar, right? I'm just trying to find where, and maybe this happened not a while ago, but there was more time and space in between us finding this out. I guess this happened last week, because she said she didn't want to put it out on April Fool's Day. So let's just track back in time. April Fool's Day was Tuesday. Maybe this was going on. She said she found out before Sunday service. So this had to be somewhere between the 30th, 29 to the 31st, because she put, she was filming and said she didn't want to put it out because she thought people would think it was an April Fool's or whatever. So anyway, when they showed the Jamaica trip, but maybe I saw the Jamaica trip last week. I think I was watching it as I was leaving, going out of town. But I was a little bit behind. I don't know. I'm not sure, but when you could see a little bit of his tattoos, when you could see a little bit, the mother of the other lady maybe she never hadn't really met him yet. I don't know, but I'm just trying to figure out how people who knew him didn't know. Then also, um, it was just weird. But so she dropped a video last night. Payton dropped a new video. Baby, I had tears in my eyes. I had to take a break. I got through half of it, and then when I realized this was the time leading up to the relationship, like the time of her finding out, like, hey, so they're talking, and she's like, so this is not accurate at all. No, she's a stalker, babe. Da 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 da. So she had her cameras running. She was documenting all of it. And when I started to realize, and you see them having a barbecue, you see Kyron, they're playing with Preston. They're like, Kyron was talking to Preston, like, your daddy is protective over you and his woman. It was so cute. Payton had gone to return the rock in a box situation. There was just stuff going on that was just kind of like, normal life for everybody, right? And it was just, it was so sad. It made me so sad for her because she really liked this guy. She says she loved him. It was 7 months. People get married in 6 months, 7 months, especially when you're grown. But she fell hard. She liked him a lot. She loved him. Um, I felt love for him. Love grows, right? Like, someone who says they're in love 7 months, it's it grows. So 7 months versus 7 years versus a lifetime type of thing. It's not to diminish, but our love grows. So it's really hard to say someone couldn't be in love in a certain period of time or if the person's moving fast. I don't really agree with that, because I think that when you meet someone who you have a connection with, right? Now, she did talk about red flags at one point. She did talk about having gut feelings, her instincts were telling her something, and she thought it was her, but it really wasn't her. It was actually, like, for real, that she was having, she knew what she knew in her soul. But she thought it was because of the trauma and issues. So she was trying to work through that. But really and truly, her internal alarm was going off and warning her that this was not a good situation. Um, when I watched that video last night, I had tears in my eyes towards the end. It was so sad. I felt so bad for her because she really liked this guy, and she really let us see kind of what was happening and how happy she was and how much she was enjoying his company and how sad it is. It's heartbreaking to find out somebody's lying to you. If you've never had that happen to you before, pray it never does. But when someone, I don't care who it is, but when someone breaks your trust that you've never had to really, I don't want to say, I'm not trying to put him on that level, but when someone breaks your trust, it's very disappointing and sad, right? Because there's a certain amount of being that you can be free with someone. Anyone who's been in love, that there's a certain amount of freedom within that relationship, that once you decide, or once you realize, like, you're in a safe place, you can be like your goofy self, you can wear your headscarf, you can use the bathroom, you can just live your life. You're not living on manners and ceremony and all kinds of things. Guys, take a second to hit the like button for me, because I would imagine this is mostly notification gang, so just take a minute. If you didn't get a chance to hit the thumbs up for me, it helps me. So I appreciate y'all being here listening. Of course, that's number one. But it also helps YouTube make sure that my notifications go out and all of those things. It was sad. It was a great video. Um, it was us following Payton around like we normally do, right? But I would say by the middle, it starts to you start to see more of the relationship. I think what she did yesterday was really expose his duplicity. I think yesterday we saw him in pajamas. We saw him, girl, you got a whole man at the house barefooted, in pajamas, in relaxed clothes. Sir is feeling very comfortable, okay? Cooking out, they're engaging with the puppy, all of the things. She said they even talked about a family, okay? To me, it just was like, well, damn. Meanwhile, the lady said that he was dealing with that he had been over there like Thursday night. It was just like, wow, just the lies. You know what I mean? It does make you doubt yourself, but I don't know. It was sad. Anyway, it was another great episode. I appreciated her sharing. Um it was a really, really, really good episode just to follow back up on from yesterday. Cheyenne, we're talking about the follow-up, Payton dropping her video yesterday, and Payton Marie Charles, if you don't know who we're talking about, go to yesterday's episode and you'll see she put a video up last night, and it was really good. And she, you know, and people said they fumbled, or he fumbled. I think he fumbled the girl. I don't know that he fumbled a bag. I don't know, you know what I mean? Hopefully men are not out here thinking about fumbling bags with women. Like, at the end of the day, that's, to me, that's weird, but at the end, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if this guy's a teacher. He said something about I got to let my class in. I don't know if he's some sort of high school teacher. I'm sure people know who this guy is. There was some conversation in the episode. Go watch it. He was talking about, like, oh, I put you on my social media. People know who you are. It's not like you're not on here type thing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this was all about. I don't know what this guy's social media. Yeah, when he said something about letting his class in, it just let me know that sir is a teacher of sorts. I didn't know, I mean, he could have been a instructor at college level. He could have been a school teacher. I just was not sure. But when he said I got to let my class in, that was very much giving he's a teacher. Yeah, she said he was a teacher, and the girl is a teacher too. Okay. I wonder if they're at the same school. Did she say that? Mm-mm-mm. It was okay. Well, you got years. She's years to catch up on Real VB. She's took you look at today, if you go back 4 years ago, um it's a lot for, maybe 5 years ago. I can't even remember how long I've been watching now. It's been like maybe 4. I feel like it's been maybe going, like, yeah, it's been a while. Before, there was maybe a whole year or 2 when she was going to visit Kyron. Gosh, the sadness I felt was this. I felt it took, it was almost like, I think for anyone who's ever been in that situation, whether it's long time ago or whatever, Baby, I felt like it took me right back to my college years, being deceived. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, it was sad, girl. It made me feel sad, but um that episode was very telling, and just showing that they were so happy having a good time, and he's a liar. um my hope for her is that she does, like, this is the thing, this is my hope for her, that she gets past this and moves on. And I also hope, which it's not my say, I hope she doesn't have anything else to do with this guy. If a guy is not going to honor you in boyfriend time, he's not going to honor you as a fiance, and he's not going to honor you as a husband. He's just not. He's not. Some men are boyfriend status, some men are friend, acquaintance, date status. Some men are worthy of dating. Some men are worthy of boyfriending. Okay? Some men are worthy of fiance status, and some are worthy of husband status. And you guys know I stand by this. You cannot give husband benefits to boyfriends. And if somebody has shown you that they are a horrible boyfriend, why would you can't give them husband benefits of counseling and trying to work shit out? My hope for her is that she moves far past and beyond this guy. He does not deserve the privilege of husband benefits and trying to like, she didn't like him to begin with, and then he kind of found her soft spot and worked his way in, and look what happened. So you had a nice ride, it was good, you had some enjoyable times, take that and run, because you guys know what I'm going to say. Marriage makes good relationships great and bad relationships work. Okay? From watching Payton last night, my heart goes to her. I walked away from 18-year marriage after finding out my husband had cheated on me. Yeah, I mean, being deceived is a very hurtful thing. And I can't even, she said she admires women who are able to work things out and do certain things. There's a lot of women out here that stay in relationships, they work things out, they're very bitter, they're very mad, they are taking anti-anxiety medicine. They don't trust their husbands. They know deep down inside that homie is a clown. Okay. And that is a strength or superpower that I hope I never have to tap into, ever. Ever, ever, never. I don't want that type of superpower. If you got it, good for you. Congratulations. I don't want it. I don't want it, don't need it, and won't accept it. Period. I'm not going to live a life I'm not going to live like that. I can't. Me personally, the Virgo in me, the me in me, I can't do it. Once I'm not comfortable, I'm not comfortable. And if you make me uncomfortable, I can't deal with you. Period. And that's like friends, anybody. If I feel like I can't be myself because I'm on guard, I got to watch what I say, you full of shit, all types of shit like that. No, thank you. No, ma'am. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So I think she is doing the right thing. And I don't think that he deserves husband benefits or fiance benefits. This man has not shown himself to be approved. He absolutely is not. If you can't be a strong enough man to, like, I'm quite sure he didn't need an extra helping of another woman for sexual favor. You know what I'm saying? Did you really need an extra female? Like, so his lie is that he wasn't dealing with her since they've been dealing with each other. He said that was before That was before. But according to the receipts, that's not what it is. But anyway, you guys got to check it out for yourself. I felt really bad that her video last night was really good. But it talked more about it, and she's a very strong person, and she knows that she was hurt and she's healing, and he's been trying to come back, and I think she knows in her heart that that's not a good idea. She's been married before, she's been in relationships before, and I think she knows what she's looking at. But I don't think that lemonade isn't for everybody. Everyone doesn't like lemonade. Okay, everyone doesn't like the taste of sour fruit. And he is giving sour fruit all day. He's giving spoiled. And everyone don't need that. Everyone doesn't need it. Everyone doesn't want it. So I wish her the absolute best. It would be hard to carry on this relationship with what she does for a living, because um it's, you know what I'm saying? It's you know how that goes. So how it would go anyway. But the thing is, the fear, I think the fear is, oh, you show someone's face. Every man is not out here cheating, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, some of these guys who get, their face out here, everything comes out. So the fact that he was living a double life, I don't know what, and it could be triple, quadruple. The fact that he was out here, let's just say it like this, doing his thing, I don't know what he was thinking, that somebody would not come from out the bushes. But, again, like I said yesterday, good, because that way, she has her peace. She doesn't have to feel any type of way. And, it was bad. He, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, sis has reached just, a certain point in her life where you got to just, and I'm not even just talking about her. I'm just saying in general context, sometimes we got to just, um, he wasn't matching up. I'm going to just say it like that. He wasn't matching up. And it's quite possible he was doing what he was doing to sabotage the relationship for himself. You know what I mean? Also, when bad things happen to us, sometimes we have to realize, I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything right. This person sabotaged it. This person went outside to do something to offend and to harm the relationship. I'm good. Yes, you can be hurt and all of those things, but sometimes people are such punks, they can't do the right thing and just say, you know what? I'm not at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there. It's not even about money or lack thereof, but just to be a man to say, I'm not where you're at. I think that we talk about things that would be nice and lovely and all of those things, but I'm just not there. I can't do that for you. Because a man can talk about putting a baby in you all day. And we know that. That's easy. That's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? After I feel as a viewer, after what we watched her go through with her daughter, and how her daughter was in Chicago, those episodes of her going to visit Kyron back in the day and her getting on the plane and Kyron being so sad, it's those episodes still choke me up. Okay. Um yeah, that guy's a jerk. He's a jerk, and I hope she doesn't give him more than, he got more than he deserved. He's a bad dude. I wouldn't trust him, especially, last thing I'm going to say, especially telling Payton to her face that if that girl came up into the bowling place, he was gonna unalive her. That to me shows you the type of person this man is when he is stressed. At a stressing point, when something that is in front of him is more important than something else, not no. A man verbalizing he's going to take another female out and then they got to tussling in the bowling alley, that's some BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might not want that other female there, but why would you have another female to the point where she's over in someone else's DMs exposing you? It's because you're lying. If she knew she was side boo, or she knew she was just a screw, most women with self-respect would just know their place. She thought it was more. That's why she came from out the bushes, because she, I guess, wanted, I don't know. I don't really get that I want someone to hurt like I'm hurt, or I just want to make sure somebody knows. Because even yesterday we were streaming on Real Talk Bougie, and the man who so Lori Vallow is on trial for murder, and her husband Charles at the time found out that Lori was messing around with a guy named Chad Daybell, right? So Charles calls Tammy. Charles Vallow, who's dead, who Lori is on trial for, calls Tammy Daybell to tell Tammy, or actually sends her an email. Maybe he called her, he sent her an email, and it's believed that the email got intercepted by the husband. Baby, Tammy was dead within a week or two. They killed Tammy because Lori wanted Tammy's spot. And guess what happened to Charles? I mean, I'm sure you can figure it out, because Lori's on trial right now in Arizona for the death of Charles. Okay. Her brother killed Charles. Okay. But that husband who loved his wife was trying to work things out. He emailed the other spouse to let them know, and look what happened. Now, we saw that on TV with Amy, was it Amy Robach? And she has a celebrity, good-looking Hollywood husband, children with that man, but she was fooling around with the good-looking co-host on her job. Remember on Good Morning America? Amy, and I always forget his name. And they were messing around like a mess. A mess. I think this is my theory. If people really care about you, they care about you holistically. It's not just bless your little pointy head. It's I would never. You know what I'm saying? I would never. If it's not on some I would never, like a friend, I would never call you a bitch. I would never talk behind your back. I would never steal your money. I would never say da 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 da. I would never engage with your boyfriend, your husband, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I only want people around me who are on some I would never. I would never. Because you have the ultimate respect for yourself and the people that you love around you. If you're not on some I would never, I don't need you. Okay? That's you know what I mean? I like on some I would never. If it's not on I would never, baby bye. Okay. All right, enough of that. That was heartbreaking. That was really, I was shocked. If you watched yesterday when you guys told me what was going on, I I was that it bothered me. It really did. Anyway, one of you guys sent me this video. I had seen this video a couple of weeks ago. It was shocking. Um, so the guy who's in the clinic with the girlfriend and they're there for a prenatal appointment and his boo thing comes in. Now, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not calling this a skit, and I almost feel like it was not. I'm sure it was not, because it's not giving skit. It's giving it could be a very well done skit, um, but it's not. I don't believe it is. Anyway, when I show you this, you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about. But one of you guys sent me this yesterday and wanted me to react to it, so let's talk about it. It's another sad video. It's another sad situation. um I hate that people are going through this right now. There's some real, let me just say this, there's some really terrible stuff going on right now in this world, and I almost feel like because we are in the unthinkable times, you got to, when something happens that blows your mind, you got to immediately go into protection mode and leave these weirdos alone. Let them be. Don't try to prolong anything with anyone who does not respect you, because it could be life threatening. It really could. Because there are some people out here who, if it's between you and them, baby, it's between you and them, and they don't care. You're just, a problem at that point. And when that man was tussling with the lady in the bowling alley, that could have gone left. And she might not know until she saw Payton's video that homeboy said, if she comes up here, I'm a KILL. Yeah, you couldn't call me again ever. And you gonna be lucky I didn't go, don't go file a police report and get myself a protection order. Cause I don't know if you are mad and want to be up in my bushes. You heard about I've got the news story, but I was gonna talk about it over on Real Talk Bougie, but we might do it tomorrow. The girl who was talking to a dude in the club in Houston, and she got smacked, and baby, she hired somebody to take him out. Now she's on trial for murder and for hire, and got somebody to take him out. These people are crazy. So if somebody is disrespectful with you in one way, just know they can be disrespectful with you in another way, and it might be your life. Um because that wasn't her experience with him. Her experience with him, see, you know how people say so and so brings out the best in me, or so and so brings out the worst in me? We have different chemistries and different triggers with different people. It's like someone might bring the freak out in you, somebody might bring out the saint in you. Someone might bring out the damn woohoo drunk girl in you. You know what I mean? Like, you know how your mom would say to you, so and so's a bad influence. You vibe with people on different levels. How there's people you will go, and you can go on vacation and won't sleep the whole time, down in cocktails, having a wonderful time. And then you go to on vacation with so and so, your homegirl, and you guys are at the spa, you guys are laying out, y'all are just leisurely, you go to a pottery class, you know what I mean? Your friend that you do yoga and eat health food, and then the friend that you go do whatever and be wild. You know what I'm saying? People bring out the best and the worst. And that's true. Everything doesn't need to be unleashed. At certain times, certain things we put those, how some, you hear people, because you're like, um, how you catch yourself saying, I hadn't done that in like 10 years. Okay. Or it's been, look, everything, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay. And some things you just don't do because, okay, been there, done that. Right. Anyway, let's watch this. If you hadn't seen this before, I would be surprised because this was viral. Let's just watch it and then we'll talk about it. Where's the sound? They're obviously there's a doctor's office, is the clinic. Homeboy started recording, and so this is sir, this is ma'am, and then there's another lady here. Let's go. Like, don't wow, it's nothing to be wow about. She's pregnant. Yo, watch out. Who is that? Yo, sir, how y'all even get here? They battling here. I just got here. Oh my. Oh shit. That's not my baby, bro. How the fuck you even get here? How you even know I'm here? Go ahead. How y'all even know I'm here? Oh my god. Yo, okay, well. Go ahead. I don't know what you're doing here, bro. What you mean you don't know what I'm doing here? But when I ask you to come to my appointment, you don't come. But you here playing second. You fucking have another woman in here pregnant. But when I ask you to come to my appointment, you're another fucking baby. Oh shit. That's not my baby. That's not my baby. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, so you here too? You here too, right? You here for the STD too, right? Why you in here? You heard me? What you running for? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm here with my wife. I got this girl in here. Get out of here. Yeah. Oh my god. Get out of here. Go ahead. No, y'all here. Get out of here. Miss, y'all see it? Oh shit. Wow. Oh my god. Oh shit. That's your baby. That's not my baby. That's not your baby. We married, but that's not your baby. Oh shit. That's not my baby. You don't want to go into this? Yes. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh wow. They're wild. Oh my fucking god. Don't fucking touch me. Oh shit. That's a baby. That's not my baby. That's not fucking baby, bitch. How you gonna do me like that? I want you and your mother out my house. You and your mother out. Out. Get out my house. People out. Fucking shit. That's not my baby. Fuck you talking about? Oh shit! What the fuck? Hey yo!
So I didn't plan on bringing this to TV.
Okay. She's emotional. She's pregnant. I mean, she said, I want you and your mother out. So what does that mean? Girl, yes. Easily verifiable. The other thing is the other lady off to the side. Hold on. Ma'am, right here in the brown coat, she's way too, I don't want to say she's way too calm, like it's not believable, but it's way too calm where when he gets home, she's either going to be like, do you want me to pack or are you going to pack? Like, how you want your stuff out? Or it might be one of those good old fashioned throw all his shit out the window. Y'all live on the 10th floor somewhere and all your shit is going out the damn window. Okay? Because I've seen that before. It's been a long time, but I've seen that before. Okay? I definitely saw that once, and I feel like I saw the remnants of it on a second. Like when you start seeing clothes in the streets, somebody done got thrown out the house and your stuff was thrown out of a window. I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, that was at the end. He was knocked out. Good. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's not just about the man being physical. Some of these women out here, do you know how many women are in jail behind some foolishness like this? Because they got played with in their face. And I'm certainly not an advocate of that, but there are plenty of people, women, us, who are in jail and prison because somebody was playing in your face and you were in your feelings and it's bad. We know men, men too, obviously. Um I think so. This is what I think, Libra Queen. I are you talking about when she talked about I've never wanted to be that woman who came to a woman as a woman to drop off some bad news, so Payton talking when she was in a position where she found out that maybe somebody wasn't being honest with her, that she just kind of faded away and she never wanted to be that person to burst someone's bubble or whatever. Is that what you're talking about? I don't believe in giving husband benefits to boyfriends. I just don't. I don't believe in it. So, um I think that she was talking to her audience and trying to make it make sense. I don't think that she was trying to put anything to the side. I think she was just talking to us, like trying to understand what happened and trying to figure out. Like I said, I'm not into, you know, I do love lemonade as a drink, but I don't sit around and, I'm not making I'm not making the 2020s version of lemonade. I'm not doing that. She said she can't judge him as a person from this one mistake, basically. Hmm. I don't I don't think she's going to stay with this guy. I just don't. I don't think I think he's not safe. I would be very concerned. He doesn't seem safe to me. And if he said what she said he said in the bowling alley about what he would do to that woman, I would not feel safe with a guy like that. I think I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. We just know what went on in the video. I don't know. I hope that she is handling her business. You got to think about, you got a 19-year-old, you got a young lady, and I know that Payton would never want to Payton is very very protective over her daughter. I don't think she wants something like this in her daughter's face. I don't think she wants this in Kyron's atmosphere. Kyron is very sweet, and Kyron is very smart, And I think she would be very hurt when she finds this out because Kyron is, I'm sure, watching the videos. When you put something like this out, sometimes when we make things super duper public, it's to help us, because sometimes we keep things a secret. It's easy to try to cope and do certain things. I think she made this public so that she can get her community's support. And baby, keep it stepping. Like, you got too much going on to be worried about this creep. He's a creep. He's a creep. Yeah, it's he's on creep status now, and it's just time to go ahead, lick your wounds and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? This guy, it's not going to get any better, because to marry a man who is not honorable, you will have a dishonorable, you will have a man who is less than honorable husband. And no way. That's a mistake. That's a mistake a lot of people make. You don't pick a guy, or you don't allow yourself to be picked and put yourself where you are getting the law involved, marriage and families and all of these things, children, and somebody is flawed in a way that you don't want to deal with. There are people out here who are cut from that "you can do anything to me" cloth. I'm sorry, there just are. Let's be real about it. There are some people out here who will turn a blind eye, who will let a ninja do whatever the fuck they want to do, disrespect them, bring them home diseases, have you taking care of their outside kids, and doing all kinds of wild shit. There are people out here cut from that cloth. If you are not cut from that cloth, don't make that type of decision where you are having to deal with this type of fool as a husband, because he's going to do it. Some people have no control over themselves. Some people are destined to be a wonderful wife or a horrible wife. Some people are destined to be horrible husbands and wonderful husbands. He is not husband quality. He's not. And you don't need to go for counseling with a boyfriend. What's going to happen once he becomes a husband? If you got to go to counseling with a boyfriend, not your baby daddy, some dude that you were dating who could not even hold himself together a year? Come on now. I think Payton put this story out the way she put the story out because she's done. Who's going to put a story out to continue with somebody? She didn't have to tell anybody. She could have just ignored it, let people talk, and it would have stopped eventually, or people would have just been talking. She put this out because low key, we're giving her the support and the energy of the people who support her to tell her, baby, you can do it. It's okay. Yes, you had a good time. It wasn't your imagination. He's a bum. Keep it pushing. You deserve better. You understand? I don't think she could have kept it under wraps and nobody would have known and people could have just talked and it would have been whatever. You know what I'm saying? She got a lot of support in her comments yesterday. Okay. If you follow her, you see on her stories, she reposted a lot of stories. People were giving her encouragement and love and strength. And everybody on social media is not going to like you. So it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I mean? So everyone's not going to like you. Everyone's not going to love you. And that's cool. But as far as exposing your truth, I think sometimes people just need, they're exposing the truth for multi-level reasons. Okay. So, but yeah, these horrible ass boyfriends, baby, they're not gonna be. You might luck up, and somebody might end up being a decent husband. If you know, there's some women out here that don't deserve better than a decent husband, not a wonderful husband, not an amazing husband. If you're shooting for decent at best, baby, do you? Yeah, but she wasn't truthful about the bowling alley. The employee told it. Okay, so the bowling alley. So that when the lady came, when the police were asking about the bowling alley, is that what you're talking about? The police were asking, and I was thinking, girl, somebody's gonna show up, and I was wondering if that girl was gonna show up and drop her piece about what happened. Did y'all see the video with her wifey sweatshirt? Didn't seem like she was seeing red flags then. I think she is strong and will eventually move on. Yeah. You got to watch yesterday. Lex, if you don't know what happened, weren't you here yesterday? Watch yesterday's episode, then today will make all the sense. Times are so different from back in the day. I don't know if I was paying attention. So yesterday's video, she had a wifey t-shirt on. I didn't even notice. Sometimes I'm listening, but I was watching when it came out. Let me see. Let me see. You know, these guys will have you thinking a lot of things. You know what I mean? Well, they will have you thinking, they will have you messed up. Yeah, I see he did the embroidery on the hat. Did she have on a wifey shirt? Preston is so cute. The real blessing in all of this is Preston is so cute. Me personally, I wouldn't be enjoying my house, enjoying my life, enjoying my daughter is advancing in life, getting her college, starting to live her life. I would be enjoying my fabulous cars. I would be enjoying what my bank account can do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be enjoying things of that nature. I would be enjoying doing me and my friends and just be out here in the world and just be in a bookstore or be somewhere having a nice dinner somewhere and someone amazing is, all of a sudden I realize someone amazing is talking to me and we have like a connection and they're single and they're this and they're that and they're all of the things that, and fun and cool and all, just everything. But it takes time. Well, you know what? Relationships and we're meant to have relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is all about. Friendships, best friendships, sisterhoods, sisters, brothers, family, men of interest, of levels, different levels. You know, um sometimes, and this is not Peyton, this is just anybody. Sometimes we want certain things when we're not ready. You know what I mean? If you're a very insecure person about your man, if you have trust issues, it might not be a good time to meet Mr. Right. You got to be Mrs. Right or damn near Mrs. Right when you meet Mr. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you meet people just to confirm for you where you might still be at. Not to say that you're doing the same things, but also just to confirm, double confirm, triple confirm, to trust your gut. Her gut, Payton specifically, was telling her something was up, right? But she thought it was her trauma talking to her. No, it was actually, it was the alarm was going off. And he had you thinking you were wrong, but you were right. Right? You got to know that you know that you know that you know. That's not a flaw. It's just, and it's an opportunity. Okay? It's just an opportunity. The alarm is working. Trust. You know what I had to realize in my life? I had to realize, like, especially with work too, but also with relationships with people in general, not just romantic relationships. There was a time when I made the connection. You know how you said, like, some people are like, "Oh, I have trust issues." Yeah, I don't have trust issues. When I don't trust somebody, when I don't trust someone, I trust that I don't trust that person. You have to trust what you know and what you don't know. Um, hold on a second. Let me see something. Okay. You got to trust that you don't trust. You can't deny what you know that you know. So you have to just honor that if you don't trust someone, it's okay to not trust somebody. To me, trying to trust someone that you know you don't need their trust or you don't like them, there's something that you don't like. It is not. I think oftentimes women have been shamed into feeling some type of way because you feel some type of way. And it's like, oh, am I being too judgmental? Am I being too she poo poo because I got some coins now? I think people feel like they got to lower their standards because there is some guilt with having a coin. When you have a coin, trust me, there is a small little underbelly of people who gonna make you feel bad or make you feel she poo poo, too bougie, too this, too that, because you got a little coin. Okay. And maybe she felt like, you know what, maybe I'm not being open. Maybe I'm not trying to give a brother a chance because X, Y, and Z. Amy and TJ. Thank you, hun. Amy Robach and TJ. I always forget TJ's name. But anyway, I was talking about the Good Morning America thing. She might have felt like, you know what? He's nice, he's a professional, he's a teacher. I'm gonna give him a shot, blah, 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 whatever. At the end of the day, cool. Um, I just think it is okay to turn someone down. If you know you're not being a snob about it, if you know you're not turning someone down because they're a teacher, if you know you're not turning someone down because they're not bringing what you're bringing and you're cool with it, do what you like. To me, women have to bend over backwards. It's like, it's such a double standard how women have to bend over backwards to fit a square peg in a round hole, when at the end of the day, if a man the, there are men out here that they decide, I'm not dealing with a female with kids, and they won't. You could have the biggest butt and the baddest putty cat. You could have a whole WAP times 10. They will come through, slay you, glaze you, They will vacation you. They will do all of the things. But baby, at the end of the day, when it comes time to get married, it's not going to be you. It won't be you. And then you mad because he married somebody who's got a fupa and you do Pilates and yoga, but he married the fupa with no kids and a master's degree. But you mad because you know, all the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't know. Some of these guys are weird. They lie. They do whatever. They want to have experiences. They want an Instagram baddie. They want this, that, and the third. They want 5 different types of women. And everybody's different. And who they settle down with is like, oh, okay. And it's not any disrespect from one versus another one to another one, but men are very specific in what they want and what they don't want, and they hold to it. A man will sit there. You could bake him 100 fucking lasagnas, and you're like, but it feels like you're my boyfriend. Why won't you? Because he doesn't want to be your boyfriend, baby. Tiffany's coming over tomorrow with macaroni and cheese and baked chicken. You bring the lasagna. She brings the baked chicken. And on the weekend, there's the one that he takes out that doesn't cook shit at all. But you're trying to like, but oh, I thought you there's the one they may tell they love. There's the one that they don't. There's the one that he eats the putty cat. There's the one that he does not. There's the one that he does everything. The one he goes on vacation with. There are men out here that do a lot. There are men out here doing the damn most. Okay. And most of them are not telling you a couple of things. They're not telling you they love you. And they're also not telling you that they are your man. Okay. Sir might have told Payton he was her man because maybe he felt like, yeah, I'm your man because I'm going to do for you what I won't do for someone else. And homegirl, he could have just, we're friends. We do this, we do that. He might have told that girl, we're friends. So she felt some type of way. And she wanted to drop the information off. It could be from her grandmother's recipe book. It almost doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Men will eat anything. You know what I'm saying? A hungry man will eat food. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even so much strange, but they do hold to their convictions. If they say, I'm not going to marry a woman with kids, they might date a woman with kids. They might give you another kid. He's not taking babies, you know, Junebug or whoever, Ralph from down the street. He's not going to wife you. Men say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. They stick with it. Us women, very few of us will stick to our 10 because people will shame you to make you seem like that's the reason why you're single. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, sometimes you're single because you need to be single at that moment. You don't take single as a diss. Sometimes we got shit to work on. Single is a blessing. Single is a time in your life where you have a moment to work on yourself, be yourself, focus on you, focus on what is around you that is important. There is nothing wrong with being single. Single is a very important time in your life because you're talking to someone who didn't have a baby till they were 40. You're talking to someone who got married when they were 43. Okay. I'm not sitting up here, baby, I had it all figured out at 20 and 22, and it's been going right since I was 25. Girl, I had a long road to get to where I got. A long one. A long of good friends, my good girlfriends, all getting married, getting divorced, getting married and divorced, and getting married and having kids and doing all the things and sitting there thinking, is it ever going to happen for me? You know what I'm saying? Now, some of them are divorced. You know, I'm not even going to say they rushed it, they this, they that. I'm not even putting anything to that. They lived their life, and that was a chapter, and now they're in another chapter, okay? Some people made husbands from horrible boyfriends, okay? Someone very close to me made a husband out of a horrible boyfriend. And I was so relieved once the divorce happened, because the whole time they were married, I was on pins and needles. I did not know what was going to happen from minute to minute. That's what happens to the friends and family around you that love you when you turn a horrible boyfriend into a husband. Your whole support network is worried. And some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Because then they got legal rights over you. I don't know. I feel like people make decisions, people do what they want to do, and at the end of the day, I don't I think that Payton put this out because I think she's ready to, she's going to move on. I don't see her staying with this guy, but if she stays with the guy, that's going to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't see that. She let us know that he's trying to come around, spin the block, apologize, all of the things. She very specifically said that she once you lose the trust, I'm going to look at you different. Things that were a I'll make a um things that didn't bother you, things that were, things that you overlook, how you smell, how you eat, how you this. You're drinking your coffee, reading the chat. Okay, Jay Breezy. I think she's moving on. I think she's moving on. Um, but back to this real quick. This lady here in the brown coat, because someone asked me to react to this. This is what I think about this situation. This was a bad situation. If you didn't see this, just scroll back. We watched this video real quick. It's like 3 minutes. Anyway, this guy is at the clinic, the prenatal clinic or pregnancy clinic or whatever. Sir has a lady here and a lady here. The lady, this one is finding out about this one. It's possible this one already knows. It's possible the one with the brown jacket, maybe she already knows what type of situation she's dealing with. Maybe she's just like soaking it all in. Okay. This one is highly upset because he was lying to her. This might be the one he tells, who we don't really know. I sometimes when these things happen online, I love when people are like, "Hey, I'm that person. This is what happened." Type of situation. Like this girl. Did you guys see this? But back to this real quick. Let me finish with this. If you didn't see Payton's videos, if you follow me on TikTok, I did repost them. So you can catch him here. Obviously, this is her post, and you'll get, she gets her views. It'll take you right over to her channel. So I reposted them. But if you don't follow me, you can follow me at Real Talk Bougie _. If you see Real Talk Bougie, that is me too. But maybe on that one, I have like a couple of followers. On this one, this is the one right here. Okay. And then stuff that I'm watching, stuff that I'm interested. Look, this is funny. Do you see how she's holding her dog right here? That is Farrah all day long with Lambo. That is not Farrah and Lambo, but that is how Farrah carries Lambo around like he's a big baby. That video just kind of reminded me of that. But anyway, I just think this is very much what's going on today. People are living double lives. They are trying to get away with getting away with doing whatever they want to do. And for the people who feel the need to expose people, I don't have a problem with it because someone out there needs to know. She either knows or she's gonna bump him upside the head. She was gonna bump him upside the head with a pan when she gets to the house. Yeah. Also, this, some people are quiet because they don't have a job. They don't have any savings. They don't have they don't have a diploma. I was gonna say a degree. They don't have a diploma. Um, I think she said something about them being at the STD clinic. So was it chlamydia? Was it what? Who knows? If you were traumatized, then why did you put up a video after with him in it and you already told the story and moved on? I think she brought it to YouTube. She brought it to YouTube. It was on TikTok. I guess she wanted all of her social media to know. That's a good question to ask Payton. I can't answer for her. I'm not her PR. I can't really answer for her. I'm assuming if you're traumatized, then why did you put up a video after with him in it if you already told the story and moved on backwards? Yeah, I can't answer that for her. All I can say is she's a storyteller. She has a right to tell her story. And maybe she decided that instead of letting other people tell her story on the platforms where she does business and makes money, at this point, she's going to monetize it herself and tell the damn story. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because that's not what you would do, Libra Queen, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't all navigate the same. And you have a right to criticize and have your opinion. I'm not going to hold you to it. But she wanted to tell her story. No, so you're saying, like, is she still with him? Like, is there a meaning behind it? She's still, I guess, tell me what else you know. At the end of the day, women protect their hearts and listen to your women's intuition and use your discernment. She's gonna have to make those decisions for herself. I think a lot of people felt a type of way about what they heard because they want the best for her. But she, at that all of that being said, is that the people we want the best for have to want the best for themselves too, right? Um yeah, no, I'm not thinking you're asking about you, like making it about you. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you're asking why she would do that. And I'm saying, I don't know because I can't answer for that. Based off of her actions, are you saying or thinking potentially she's trying to make a way out of no way, that she's going to stay with this guy? I'm just asking you that. I'm not saying it's about you. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Payton said they've been together for 7 months and Sir was cheating for the past 2. Yeah, but he was also saying that they were dealing with each other beef because he was like, babe, that was before we got together. That was before. But based on the receipts, it's been the last 2 months. So he's lying about lying. You know what I mean? He said that he and that girl dealt with each other before him and Payton. According to the girl's receipts, it was the last 2 months. He's not copping to the last 2 months. He's sticking to his story that it was before they got together. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. My take on that is that she's getting paid off her pain because the other girl to be a YouTuber. Uh, my day says she's getting paid off her pain because that other girl seeming to be a YouTuber because that's what she said in her content. So you never know. She's getting ahead of it. So are you saying this other person has a YouTube channel? Is that what you're saying? If so, can you direct me to what's going on? Danny says she's grown. Okay. Because she wanted to. There's really no other answer. Folks like her, including me, it's if you are an avid watcher of her like me. Yeah. It looks like to those who do support her, but also side-eyeing this story. The other girl does have a YouTube. Oh, yeah. Can you enlighten me? Side-eyeing the story because I'm just trying to understand Libra Queen, because if you've been around here too, you know I ask questions to understand, not to be. I really want to understand what you're saying. So you're side-eyeing the story because you don't believe it, or you think that she's trying to make excuses for still dealing with the guy, or trying to romanticize the trauma. Like, because keep in mind, we're not at Starbucks. I can't ask you these questions and then you're typing your answers. So I don't exactly, I'm just trying to understand your point. The fact that Big had already cheated and still went on vacation with her for her birthday says a lot about the man's character. He might not want to say he tries, but I will say it for her. He trash. Me personally, once the veil has been lifted, once I know that you are a lying ass, I cannot. And that's just me. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we benchmark based on what we would do, right? For me, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it, because once I am once I am uncomfortable with you, I can't deal with you. I had a very good friend, and it hurts my heart. I don't want to say too much, because you never know who's listening. I had a friend who was a bestie. And I walked into a room once upon a time. This was many, 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 many moons ago, before I met my husband. We were doing our girl thing. I think we had gone to I think we were at Bike Week. Okay. This is how far that I still had a 2 in front of my age. Okay. We came back from Bike Week, a bunch of us. Some of us had already flown back where they were going. So if the person is listening today, which I don't know because they blocked me on Facebook, it's weird. So it was a bunch of us girls, right? Anyway, at the end of the day, we had just got back from Bike Week. We were the last 2 left, right? She was still with me. But see, God doesn't like ugly, because if I tell you what happened after she did what she did, it was on some God don't like ugly. Okay. Like, I could really tell you a story time. We got back from Bike Week. We went over to a friend, someone who was a friend to me, a male friend. And baby, I went to go get us some drinks in the kitchen, came out, and ma'am was all hugged up on my friend, hands on butt, everything. I was cool. And I left in my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're flying out tomorrow. You can get a ride home from your new friend, because I didn't care enough. I was betrayed by my friend, who allowed herself to be in a position to have her booty caressed by my friend. Meanwhile, I was pissed. And I probably old school was about to snap. So I did what I needed to do, which was left. You know what I'm saying? Like I picked my face up and took off, right? As fate would have it, as God would have it, right? Let me tell you what happened. Baby, sis had a medical emergency. Okay. I'm not going to say because, again, you never know who's listening. Sis had a medical emergency. She got to the house, my place, and ma'am overnight had a medical emergency. And I'm not joking. It required surgery. Okay. And it required that someone from where we were from in the Northeast had to drive down to come pick her up. Okay. And I'm gonna just say this because why not at this point? I don't care. Um, the person that drove down, she ended up in probably, I don't know, a 10-year marriage that ended in divorce, that ended the way it started, a mess. Started a mess, was a mess, what certified mess, all the way to a very messy divorce. Okay. But when you do trash things, trash shit happens, right? Let the trash fall where they may. Like, I can't even tell you if I told you everything, baby, about this story. Oh my God. But because God don't like ugly, and at that moment he wasn't playing about me, and my feelings got hurt, and sis was in some pain within 24 hours in the hospital having surgery, and had to go through a very traumatic situation in the hospital. Okay. And I was pissed. I was mad, but I was still a friend. So I cared, for her until her people came to come get her. But we didn't talk for a long time. Long, long, long time. Long time. Sounds like a good members only stories. Oh. Yes. Can you send it to me? And I can go, I mean, or you can just drop it. Sis most definitely can find her own way home. Oh yeah, I did. I left. I was hurt. I was very hurt. Like, it wasn't because that person meant a whole lot to me or anything like that. I was just like in shock, and I literally had to pick up my face. And because I would never, yeah, I am one of those people. I would never do something like that, right? I'm like one of the trustworthy people that if you leave a room, like, there's no talking behind your back or any of those. Like, my people are my people. You know what I'm saying? I would never. So it's interesting when you find out that your I would never people really would, and how hurtful that is. And I feel like what happened to Payton was that because she would never, she found out that he was not cut from that cloth, and she's probably in shock still. When do we take accountability for ignoring red flags instead of jumping in the parade with the bum and wave the flags with them? It's a walk. I mean, some of us have it, some of us don't, some of us get it. And some of us have to like earn it, I don't know. Everyone's not the same, Libra Queen, you know. Um I hear what you're saying, but everyone doesn't have the same skills. Some people get the skills, you know what I'm saying? Some people get the sauce on birth, and some of us grow into it. Some of us have to learn it. Some people achieve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just all have to remember that everybody doesn't have the same. We're not all the same. Side-eyeing and still dealing with him through the red flags. Knowing when she was on vacation, she said something was gnawing at her, right? Something was gnawing at her. He was gaslighting her to make her think that she was bugging. He had her think she was bugging. she's gonna have to learn. Like, you don't. That's not the dude to make lemonade with. He's not a good dude. He's just not. Um, I hear you on that, but she didn't have any concrete evidence that something was going on. What she had though was her instincts telling her, but she thought it was her. She thought it was her. So he took advantage of the fact that she had trust issues and made her feel like she was bugging. Okay, she was tripping. He was gaslighting, however you want to say it, right? Okay. Tearing your pantyhose. Once you tear a pair of pantyhose, they are no longer of any use. You throw them away, okay? I hate this for Payton. She's beautiful. She really is. And it's just she has a kindness about her. She's just a sweet person. But once she started saying he didn't want the workers touching her on their vacation because he's overprotective, it was giving controlling. I didn't like that. I look, I don't know what that, so I've seen that clay that I've seen other people in Jamaica go to that particular place where they get the all over mud experience. I don't know what that entails. I'm sure it's not sexual, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's Some people think all of that is cute. Me personally, I would not. I just already know certain things that my husband is going to be with and not. And I don't know. To me it just wouldn't be a question. I feel like we would just be putting mud on ourselves or putting mud on each other, or I don't know. That's some things just, there's people out here who navigate the world who are very modest or very conservative, um, that don't have these problems about my man is overprotective over my body. It's just the way you govern yourself. So if he feels a certain type of way, he feels a certain type of way. It's more so, I don't know. I don't think I just felt I had more of a concern over the pool experience, sitting at the pool and saying that you were still having red flags, but you're working on it, and then to have this come up, I think I said that yesterday. I was like, "Oh shit." She said she was having reservations, and now this comes up. So the other girl's beautiful. Also, these women need to learn how to take a L and move on. Uh, did anyone drop the link or tell me or send me the channel and Instagram? Because I would like to see. Did she put up a video? She probably needs to stay single for a while and learn to trust herself. Also, to trust when someone is not trustworthy. Like when you have red flags, honor the red flag. When you have a feeling that that's this person, or just trying to make something it's not. Sometimes a couple of dates, everybody is not worthy to be a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like you meet someone, you go on a couple of dates, you don't like them, boom. It's okay. Everybody, I just think back to my point a little while ago, there's a undercurrent of making women feel like we're too judgmental. If I am the prize and I'm not seeing you, where wherein I am the prize, do I have to set aside how I feel about something to make it easier for you to get with me? How does that work? If I don't like you, I don't like you. Men don't feel bad about not liking you. Men can take you out on a date and they never speak to you again and go right on with their life. Why is it that when we don't like a guy, you got to feel bad? They got to run you over to church to try to make you feel like you might be too high sedity. You might be too shishi poo poo. You might just be too bougie. What is wrong with you? Oh, it's your this, it's your that. Oh, you're working on, like, come on now. So I don't, you don't like someone, it's okay. Keep it pushing. Right. We're not having to prove a case. It's okay to just pass. It's okay to pass, right? When you go to the buffet, all right, you don't try everything at the buffet, but you got options, right? I think that when you come across someone who is not trustworthy, it's okay. That's good. That's a good thing that they're not trustworthy and you know it. I have a friend who is not trustworthy and I didn't know it. And then when I found out, I treated her accordingly, even though we still maintained a friendship for a long time because I was too naive to realize that sis had some resentment towards me until I had a baby, until I got married, until I was happy, until I was like, I'm just free. And then that's when they really hate you. That's when you find out you've been blocked on Facebook. When people block you on Facebook, baby, your existence makes them itch. You know what I'm saying? Like when your friends have to block you because you are enjoying life and happy and doing things for whatever reason that make them itch and uncomfortable, it's okay. When I realized, it was funny because, and I'm talking about the same person who was a shitty ass friend who had the medical emergency. When I realized, maybe about, let's say, less than 5 years ago, somewhere in the pandemic, let's say 4 years ago, I've been knowing this person for a long time. When I realized, so our families follow each other, right? Like you follow my sisters, blah, blah, okay. So I follow her dad, her son, he's now in his 20s, or maybe he's 20. Her boyfriend, okay, we all follow each other, right? So I saw a post one day, and I'm never on my personal Facebook, rarely, right? Because I'm always, my social medias really work for me. So I'm typically on my pages, Love Lies and Lace Fronts or Real Talk Bougie, right? I happen to be on my personal page, and I think I was posting something because I do like to keep my family up to date with what we got going on. I'm not a lot, but I post a few times a year on my personal pages. Anyway, I saw a post from her dad about her son graduating from high school. So this was like a couple of years ago, like let's say 4 years ago. Anywho, I noticed that her name wasn't in blue, or like I couldn't click on it. I was like, I know I'm not blocked. Wait a second, that's weird. So I tried to click on it, baby. I could not get to it. When I looked up her name, it came up with nothing. I went to her boyfriend's page. He was wishing her a happy birthday, baby. I could not click on her name. I've known this person since college, first year of college. I met her like the second day of class because she was out the first day of class because she was hungover hooking up with someone the first day of class. That's how we met. She sat next to me and was asking me what happened on the first day because sis was drunk somewhere with someone she had hooked up with. Now I'm dropping all the tea. It doesn't matter. Anyway, because we're not like that anymore. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like the red flags were there that we were not the same, but she was fun. She was cool. She was kind of like my exciting friend. And if I would have thought back then of the future, probably I should never have been friends with her because what did I expect to happen, right? And what did I expect to see unfold? But I didn't know that she would be like resentful of me, right? Sometimes we see red flags, we ignore them. Sometimes people are fun, whatever. At the end of the day, um, there are lessons to be learned in this life, and it's not, we're going to be a witness to the lesson. We're not going to experience everything, but some things we will be a witness to. And if we stick around long enough, guess what? You might be involved in it. Okay? So some of the red flags, we'll see something, we don't do something, we're witnessing from a distance, and then guess what happens? You get to be up in it. So when Payton told us about what happened at the bowling alley, she got to be up in it, right? Okay. And had I really thought about it in my situation, girl blocked on Facebook. Okay, baby. All I know is that there is no way Payton booked that house in Jamaica. That was not her stilo. Okay. Oh, so we're just letting it all out now. That was not necessarily her stilo. Now, the house was nice on the outside, and it was very nice that they had a very good home. They had a cook. She looked like she was making all the good Jamaican food, all of the things. Like it was like they had a mom in the house. But that was not the stilo, and that is not. If you've been to Jamaica, which I have, but I didn't stay in a private house. We were at a Sandals. We were at a Sandals resort. We we came in on a cruise. We went to a Sandals resort for a day and got back on the ship. Okay. But Jamaica has some beautiful things to offer, right? That was not, since you brought it up, I wasn't going to say anything. Now the house on the outside was very nice, right? The pool and the views and everything, but that wasn't what she booked. Yes, that might have been what he booked, you know. Okay, I wouldn't have said anything, but since you mentioned it, sis, okay. All right. I've been blocked on Facebook, child. Didn't even know it. But when you find out, it's like, oh shit, am I blocked? Private houses aren't expensive, okay? That was a makeup trip, not a birthday trip, because the truth had already surfaced. Okay. Did y'all drop the link for me so I know what we're talking about here? Can someone please not Isabel, excuse me, Libra Queen, or my other sis who it wasn't Cham Cham. Maybe y'all dropped, someone's gonna say, I dropped it already. Scroll up and I don't see it. If you did, I don't know. Honor red flags. The surgery lets you know something ain't right upstairs. Oh, I thought you were talking about my friend who betrayed me and ended up having a medical emergency because God don't play about me. He don't play about me. Some men don't want other men touching your body. But it's like, come on, they're doing 200 of these a day. You never know who's perverted. You could have a whole perverted doctor. You know what I'm saying? You could have someone who has taken an oath and pays their mortgage on this oath, right? And be a creep. So the mud situation is minor. You know what I'm saying? This is a service that they provide to many people, but just to assume that it was going to be something behind it or weird, I don't know. It just takes the fun out of things. When you have somebody who's weird like that, it takes the fun out of it. Oh, I don't go. I haven't been there in a long time. Oh, you thought she paid for the vacation? I was thinking, I don't think so. But who, girl, we don't know. But it was giving she did not book that trip at all. It was giving she didn't book it. I think he booked it with his coin and did the best he could. He didn't, you know. This is my thing. If he's this is okay, can we let and we'll just stop on this. Anybody who can send me what I need to know, can you just send it to me in Instagram, please, or email? Um uh let's go to the raw dogging. Okay. Let's talk about the raw sex. Okay. If you're talking about having a baby or having a family with somebody and they are putting their seed elsewhere, I don't know if this man had kids or not. She never discussed it. He could be a man with no children, right? Um, but you are over here giving the raw meat to another female, which means in theory, this dangerous ass ninja could have two females pregnant at the same time. That's bad news. That's a risky ass individual. And the first thing people gonna say, oh, what about diseases? What about this, that, and the third? Okay, true. But more than that, you can take an antibiotic. Now there is stuff that antibiotics don't cure. But just imagine, I would be mad, 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 mad to be sitting up somewhere prego at the same time someone else. Okay. I would be mad. I would be mad as shit. Okay. I don't know why. Jamaica was really nice. We went to Ocho Rios, but like I said, we didn't land in the airport. We came through on a cruise. And the fact that he was with that chick more than once. Okay. Someone said, okay. What is the channel name? It's like, okay. Oh, we'll find out. Mm. What if yes. Yes. Yeah, we just absolutely. She didn't find that out until the lady said that he ate her putty cat and that they were raw. There's no way my house looks better than my vacation house. There's no way. Well, she has a pretty spectacular home, and maybe you do too. Everybody is like, there's hotels that I think would be equally nice. Like that house was, it was not. I was concerned about the furniture in that vacation home. It was giving Airbnb, but they said they were on a resort, didn't they? Or they were adjacent to a resort. Baby, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. She said they were having sex unprotected. You didn't hear her say that? She said on TikTok, or one of them, hold on, let me see this. And then we going to end this because there's a lot. I feel like we've covered a lot. Is my volume down? Oh, girl, I was trying to play something and it's in my headphones. Hold on. And not the headphones I have on. Give me just a second. Too much technology right now. Hold on. Maybe it was this. Cuz there was some Instagram stories. It was told in her TikTok and then here. Someone else said that earlier too. It was very much giving, sir, do you have any clothes? You don't even have a sport coat and some nice pants and some hard bottom shoes. So remember the last guy she was dating, she said he couldn't hold up, you know what I mean, the fashion wise. Like he wasn't giving. Look, only I don't know this guy, so I'm not trying to be too hard on him other than the fact that he's an asshole. So I guess that's enough. But in terms of sir being able to be with a woman, and some of y'all are glamorous, you know what I mean? Some of y'all like to buy a gown or two or three, right? Sis ordered a gown. She had a beautiful dress for her birthday. This man couldn't even show up in a sport jacket and some damn Ferragamos, okay, or some Gucci loafers. He was he had on a short sleeve button down, some jeans, and some sneakers, and ma'am was dressed like she was going to a gala.
That is involved.
Hold on.
There's one thought.
I could have posted this yesterday, but I didn't want y'all to think this was an April Fool because it's definitely not. Sunday, I just found out that my boyfriend and cheating on me. The girl came to me as a woman in my comments publicly on a video on Instagram. To which I asked him, do he know her? He took my phone and blocked her. 5 hours later, her mom DMs me.
I don't like he took my phone and blocked. Like, don't take my phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with my husband's phone. He don't play with mine. I do a lot on my phone because I work social media, but I also respect that my husband is a whole person and he deserves to be able, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I am too. I don't mess with people's phones. Like, that's stupid. It's just a personal item. At the end of the day, if I can't trust you, I don't need you, right? And if I'm not trustworthy, I feel like I deserve that same type of treatment. If someone feels like they need my phone for whatever reason, that's fine. But don't take my phone to play with my phone and block people and read my fucking email, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. There's nothing in there, but like, that's weird. That's weird and strange. Okay. Girl, if you live this life long enough, there's going to be people who will get in contact with you that you don't want them to, or maybe that you do, whatever the case might be. You got to be a trusting person out here. This phone business with adults is so stupid. That's my rant on phones.
Mama been a PayPal for 4 years. You know, mama always taught. And I thank God because I'm so protected.
Her mom's been a PayPal for 4 years. That was weird to me that when Big was revealed, we'd seen arms, we'd seen legs, we've heard a voice. Mom never met Boo Boo. And maybe she hadn't. So maybe mom didn't know. But when you're over mom's house and mom is watching her fave, it never dawned on you that that was Mr. Big was what was going on? That's another question I had, but okay.
And I pray to remove a prayer over this situation. But I know a lot of people gonna laugh because y'all love to see a motherfucker unhappy. They say if you want to know a man hates you, wait till your birthday. This is second fucking time. Same shit happened last year after my birthday. And my birthday month is my birthday. Like the whole month is my birthday. So whatever you do during the month of March, you just a demon ass motherfucker. Like you really do hate me. You hear this man in my videos, y'all rooting for him. Y'all, he's a good man, Savannah. Y'all praying for me, y'all happy for me, all this shit. But it took me to show him for it to come out. Because when he was Wizard Kelly, nothing ever happened. Like nobody ever came to me as a woman. As soon as I actually show his face, because I'm feeling like we solid, I'm ready. I never
What does that mean when he was Wizard Kelly? What does that mean? Do you guys know?
show motherfuckers. I felt like we so solid. I ain't got nothing to worry about. He just paint himself in this great light. Like I'm so secure in this relationship. I can show him like I could be free. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I just looked it up. Wizard Kelly is a character from the Proud Family that they never showed his face. Okay, got it.
I'm not saying hide your relationship to protect it, but I just don't feel like he really grasped the reality of dating an influencer this, you know what I'm saying, got a little popularity about herself. I'm humble. I'm not gonna say I'm a celebrity, but if every time we go somewhere, whether it's Chicago, Jamaica, Miami, anytime we went somewhere, anytime we just out and about in Dallas, we always meet a PayPal. That should make the world a little bit smaller to you. And you should be careful and consider anybody that you entertain could potentially know somebody who watches me or watch me themselves. Hell, I had an ex that had moved on, but we was cool because he loved to spin a block. And he told me a girl came over his house. He handed her the remote like, hey, you can watch whatever you want. She was like, oh, good, my show on. And she put me on. That blew his mind.
Okay. That was what was on Instagram. I saw that yesterday somewhere and well, yeah, that's easier said than done, and that's a good possibility, but people are going to do what they do. Where said the third woman was on this. Stop it. Stop it. Libra Queen, where are you getting this TT from? Oh, you said a bowling alley. Oh, okay. Uh, but where? What? Where did you hear that? Walk by Faith. Payton says that big families member said, okay. So Payton said the big, I need to watch that video again. I was so in my feelings last night watching that. I couldn't even I was like, this is so awful. I felt bad for her, y'all. I really did. I was in my feelings. Okay. I was in my feelings last night. I had tears in my eyes. My husband was like, are you going to be okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I was so sad last night. It made me sad. I was concerned. I was like, how, girl, I was concerned. I was saddened. I was. And yeah, we are a family of receipts. Plus, we're nosy. Okay, period. CO commented on her IG. that he was an employee at the stop it when it all went down. COMR, what? Commented on IG that he was an employee at the bowling alley when it went down. Who knows if that's true? Who's COMR? Is that COMR? Let's see what's going on here, you guys. I'm the worst at finding stuff. CO Mion commented on an IG post. Okay, let me try to find this person. I'll never find it. Fran, it was a typo. I meant, oh, you meant, girl, I'm sitting up here. Girl. I was concerned too. Okay. Well, look. I was like, who is that? Erica? Okay, y'all. What's the thread title? Oh, I had tears in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. I did. Okay, y'all. I'm wishing her the best. I'm not side-eyeing anything. I think breakups are hard. I think betrayal is a shock to your being betrayed is about like having a car accident and you were sitting at the light. And that happened to me before. I got T-boned. I was sitting at a traffic light and out of nowhere, somebody came out of nowhere and literally their car was in my car door had like clink, like they crunched my car like a can. Thank God I survived. But I got T-boned. I was sitting at the light, minding my business. Homeboy came out of nowhere and crashed into my door. Okay. That's what I think being betrayed is like. That's what I think finding out a lie is like that. You know what I mean? You're sitting, minding your business, living your life, listening to your favorite song, looking out the sunroof, waiting for the light to change, and boom. Okay. That's what being betrayed is like. Well, saying that you are in love official, yeah. I was like, see y'all. Post, I think it was one where she was showing off the long blonde wig. Somebody was in her comments. You know, when I go look at comments, when something weird is like, you know, something funny, and you know how it's like, you know, on Instagram when it's like, girl, who just came to the comments? Like I tripped over my feet and ran to the comments. Those are the comments I'm in. Something like a beautiful post, some hair, some nails, a vacation. I'm not normally looking at the comments unless I'm trying to figure out like, where are y'all? Like that's a nice spot, or I wonder what resort that is or whatever. I'm looking the messy comments. I normally, girl, I do go to shade room comments and stuff like that, but I'm not normally in the comments on just like a regular average post. Stay smart, move safe, ladies. Have a blessed day and protect your energy. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's beautiful, because that is absolute the sentiment of the day from our good sis Libra Queen. Stay smart, move safe, Be blessed and protect your energy. Thank you, sis. Okay. Thank you, baby. That's what it's like when people lie to you. That is what it's like when people lie to you. So thank you. Um Look, shit happens. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, sometimes there's just lessons that are hard learned in life, okay? And hopefully, um, sis gonna get it. She gonna get it. Look, it was an experience. I'm gonna just say that it was an experience. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Today was an interesting conversation. I love reading you guys' comments. And we'll try to get caught up on the YouTube streets. But there's so much. I mean, we are getting caught up on the YouTube streets. What am I thinking? Um, okay. We were getting caught up on a mommy on the YouTube streets. I'm mad too that this fool was sitting up here playing in mom's face, but also playing in Kyron's face too. I don't like that. I really don't. Um so I wish her the best. I already know Payton is a woman who wants the best for herself, and putting this story out, she almost doesn't have any choice but the accountability of the internet. She's not going to stick around with this guy. I don't see it. I don't. He's just going to end up having to be a secret. He's going to have to be a slider. He's not going to be prime time. That's my man type business. After this, and she put him out here like that. Mm-mm. And the other woman, no, I think everybody in Dallas is going to know who this guy is. So I think it's done. That's just my opinion. Anyway, you guys, I love you. I will see you over on Real Talk Bougie in a little bit. I'm mad she bought that chick a phone. I guess she, I don't know why. I mean, doesn't she have insurance on her phone? Unless she felt, you know what? Okay, let me think about that. Okay. Number one, ma'am should have insurance. Number two, maybe she felt like because she said, hey, come to the bowling alley, sis felt like she had a little responsibility and that she didn't mean for it to end that way. But this fool seems to have a fascination with picking and managing up women's phones. I'm so glad I don't deal with anything like that. That's crazy. You think she tried to flex on her? She might have felt like, you know what? I invited her up here. It's my fault. Let me pay for it. I don't think she's trying to flex on her like, okay, okay, little brokey. Okay, brokey, um, who he's messing with on my side. Come on, side chick brokey. Let me buy you a new phone. I don't feel like, and I'm not saying that that's what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I think it was more so I I asked her to come up here and he broke her phone, but maybe. That's just another scenario. You know what I'm saying? I don't, that being a potential scenario, I don't think that's the one because I don't feel like that's her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a flex like that. I think it was a flex of her kindness and just kind of like, I didn't mean for that to happen. And it wouldn't have happened had I not called you up here. She seems like a very fair person. Girl, yes. Okay. Don't leave home without it. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Um, okay. Kind-hearted. I called you up here. Shit went wrong. Let me make it right and I'm going to pay for it. Yeah. I would just imagine though, if you're an iPhone person, unless your Apple Care is expired, who doesn't have Apple Care? Baby, you do not need to be out here with these $1,600. I got the 1 terabyte. I got 1 terabyte. And I think my phone was like $1,600, $1,800. I don't even know, but it was expensive. And Apple Care. I mean, that was obvious by his birthday attire. He did not seem to have. Look, he might have been trying, but at the end of the day, when I saw his birthday suit, I was like, sir, we've come to, although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. Sir had no gear. He didn't have nothing. Your whole boo-boo got on a beautiful gown. She is dressed to the T. Where are your dress pants? Where is your sport coat? Where are your hard bottom loafers? Where is your haircut? Why are you not bling blanging? Have you not gotten the Steve Harvey? This is what a man needs to have in his closet. Did you not see the Steve Harvey? This is what a man needs to have in his closet video. If you have a gray suit, a blue suit, a brown suit, a black suit, and a khaki suit, Steve Harvey did this video and breaks down that if you have like these 5 complete suits, the pants, the vest, and the jacket, you have like about, I don't even know how many it was, but you had like a multitude of outfits. Okay. And how you can mix and match everything and all of the things. And you need a pair of black shoes. You need a pair of brown shoes. He laid it out. How many times he gave you a men's wardrobe down and dirty, how to outfit yourself if you're just starting on your grown man and want to dress and look a certain type of way. And sir was not, I think he had dreads initially. Yeah, it's like, weren't there clues to Miss Ma'am and Miss Ma'am's mom that this dude was the dude who was slaying your daughter? There are some things, I don't, I'm Steve, Uncle Steve gave some good advice. I'm gonna leave that right there. I know some people don't like Uncle Steve, but I'm cool with Uncle Steve. I don't have a problem with Uncle Steve. He did have dreads once upon a time. Yes, at the very beginning, and then he cut them off, didn't he? You're right. You're right. Stop it, Chi-Town. Payton had the nerve to tell him she liked his shirt. For what? For what? It wasn't even properly ironed. Okay. Where is your sport coat, sir? Mm-hmm. There are some roughnecks out here that got it going on, but the ones, look, I'm gonna say this. There's look, there is someone out here. Sometimes you got to understand, and I'm not talking about Payton at this moment. I'm just talking about any and everybody. You are not getting exactly what you want at this moment, because if he were to show up, maybe you're not ready. Okay. That's any and everybody. Okay. They're out here. Somebody's getting a divorce this afternoon. Somebody is just getting out of a relationship next week that is actually available and worthy. Okay. You got to focus on you. When you're focusing on you, when you are focusing on you and what you got going on, and you are doing the work, you know how Iyanla says, and you are doing the work. That's it. That's it. That's all. You got to do the work and you got to finish the work. If you're going to continue, it's possible you'll still get those same lessons. The same lessons will be heard. Sometimes a player can change their ways, but you have to be on that pathway that that player is willing to give up his player card and check out. You know, there are players that do tap out. Hmm. Yeah. I think she'll show him. If she does, I don't know, girl. I took it as girl, it's a wrap. I mean, look, I'm not, did we see what he bought her for her gift? Was her gift the trip to Jamaica? Because Ray sent her a Cartier necklace. Okay. Ray sent her a red box with the gold finishings on the box. And then went to David Yerman and picked up 2 bracelets. I don't know what Sir got her. Did anybody get a clue of what Sir gave her? Or was that the gift? The Ray gives great gifts. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything else. Okay. I was wondering because we did see her open gifts and she never mentioned which was what he gave her. So I was thinking maybe it was the trip to Jamaica. I don't know. Hmm. Oh, Preston. Okay, well, that's a good gift. I'm not gonna. That was a good gift. Preston's daddy. It would not gonna be his daddy. That's what I would know. I hope she doesn't get locked into some of that fugazi nonsense of co-parenting, baby. Thanks for my dog. Okay, thanks for my dog, and bye bye. Okay, no. No and no. He doesn't know you. He don't want to know you. He don't listen to you. None of that stuff. Sassy, we gonna have to exit on that right there. Okay. Okay. As a man, how are you going to and she took it on the trip. But guess what? They didn't go anywhere or do anything for her to take it out the box. Okay. Then the black lady at the store. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. Yeah, she was being stupid. She, but I don't, yeah. There's always going to be somebody who feels like they got to get some information. Baby, don't bother me about even if it was $200-$300, $400 perfume. At the end of the day, we're not playing with that. Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? There's more expensive things in Neiman Marcus. Don't come play with me. Okay. I think Preston is cute. Did he come up with Preston? Oh, I did not like that. He was wearing to girl the birth girl that was I can't even put a name to that. That was let's go to Five Guys. That was casual Five Guys dinner. That was not I've got on a glitzy gown and my hair up in my hair in a updo, and I just got my nails done. I've got my boobies out for special evening. I've got my special birthday dress. I want everyone to know something special is going on. So I'm going to be dressed like a disco ball tonight. I've got my cute hair up. I'm looking beautiful, my nails, everything. And you have on a damn camp shirt and some damn short sleeve ass, not ironed Big dad jeans and sneakers. Come on now. What's going on with that? No sport coat. Looking like the driver, looking like security. Okay. And that's true. But damn it, set the expectation of the restaurant. Who set up the date? It's her birthday. You're going to a restaurant. Did he not know where they were going? A grown man should have a sport coat. So I hear you on that. He can't afford it, but everybody can't afford to go buy. But a grown ass man should have, I was just saying, a navy suit, a black suit, a tan suit, a brown suit, a gray suit. Okay. Instead of going and buying 5 pairs of Jordans, go buy navy, black, tan, brown, and gray. If you're going to spend $250, $300 on Jordans, go to Zara, go to H&M, blue suit, khaki suit, brown suit, black suit, and a gray suit. And get your pants tailored to fit right. That's why, okay, he's big. Okay, get your pants tailored. Tailoring doesn't cost much. The man is a teacher. He most definitely this could be a guy with a master's degree. He definitely could have some suits, but he certainly wasn't wearing it to the dinner. That's what I heard, Rosalind. Yes, both teachers. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, going to church doesn't all of a sudden make you sprout wings and all of the things. Like, nobody out here is hitting it on all cylinders. Girl, are we talking about hips now? Now sir has hips. Okay, we're not going there now. I'm not messing with y'all on that today. Now all of a sudden we know what his body looks like. Baby. Now all of a sudden, is that a red flag? Is some hips on a man? Men with hips are not a good thing. And I'm gonna let y'all go because y'all taking it, y'all. Not that butt. Stop it. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all are doing too much. No, not Marcus from Girlfriends. Stop it. Though he had on some dad jeans. That's why I was like, does he have kids? Are those dad jeans for real? P is done with him. She's done. She's done. He needs a girdle. Stop it, Denny. Stop. We're not there. I'm still in my feelings from last night. I'm not ready to roast sir yet. We can roast him on another day. We can roast him tomorrow. I need to do my research and see if okay. Sir is girl, them hips don't lie. So he has estrogen. He's bitch made. Well, he is any man that threatens a woman is bitch made. And if you're gonna tussle with a woman, baby, you're a Mitch. You are a whole Mitch. Yes. Okay. You guys are too much. Look at us. Girl, estrogen. Okay. Y'all meet me over on Real Talk. Remember the guy? Okay, this is what I got. Remember the girl last week? There was a Fulton County corrections officer who was doing some lewd acts with a prisoner. I finally got the damn police report. I feel like she's going to trial soon. I need to look it up. I have not been able to do any of my research, y'all. I am behind on research. I got so much going on. We are going to be Court watching today. We're going back to Lori Daybell. If you hadn't been watching, girl, you think he's got does he have titties? Don't tell me he's got titties. Hold on, let me see. This is my thing. Let me say, okay, so you guys, y'all said a lot. This is another thing. I'm a whole grown woman. I don't want to have to deal with this type of foolishness with you. I don't want to deal with this foolishness with you, sir. Why am I dealing with this nonsense? Don't have me out here looking foolish. He doesn't look like he's got titties. He don't look like he's got titties. I don't see the titties. Let me see. I just know that outfit, he was dead wrong for that birthday suit. The birthday suit was like, sir, did you not know you're going to a nice restaurant? Did you not know that you're going somewhere where you need to put on a coat? And so cute. I've had 2 girl dogs, and having a boy dog is such a different energy, and I love my boy now. Lambo is just I didn't know I would love a boy dog so much. He does act like a boy. He definitely gives boy energy. It's different. When Payton was laying down on the floor next to Preston's little enclosure, so freaking cute. Like as a dog, I'm so proud of her. She has a dog. Having a dog is like a whole nother situation too. I hope that she really enjoys Preston a lot. It seems like she is, but there is going to be times where Preston is going to get on her nerves. Hopefully she can get back with old Preston. Preston is too cute. I love him. And I loved seeing Kyron. We hadn't seen Kyron in a little minute, so I was happy to see her. And you know. Yes. Preston is a doll baby. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all are funny. Okay, I'll be here in the morning. I'll holla at y'all. What do you mean she confessed? Confessed what? Energy. No, not energy. Look, it's hard. I know that we have to, that people feel like we have to. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Because I don't want to like overdo. I just want to say this. Um, that evenly yoked thing. Okay. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. I mean, birthday, yes, absolutely. And if he felt comfortable in his little picnic shirt, baby, fine. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't giving. Um, okay. Shirt wrinkled, gym shoes, oversized dad jeans. Yes, yes. Lambo heard me talking about him and came over. Hi, Lammy. He's such a boy dog. I never really realized that there would be such a different energy between a male dog and a female dog, but he's such a boy. He's different yeah, he's just different. And Lammy, down, off, off and down. Ooh, girl. Lamb. It's funny how he walks up to Portia and just like kisses her in her face. He just walk up to her with his big old tongue and just be like, lick on her. It's so cute and funny. Anyway, y'all. Okay. Okay, y'all. I love you guys. Girl, it was horrible. It was nightmarish. It was like, are we you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to a fancy restaurant, no. No, sir. Can you at least get a jacket and put on some different shoes? Okay. Anywho, let me let y'all go. I love you guys. This was fun. I'm glad we had a chance to have a conversation about it. At the end of the day, lies and cheating is not good for anybody, and nobody deserves to have that. Okay. Okay, Lambo. Do you have anything to say about lying and cheating? You want to say something? Hold on. Let me get the microphone to you. Hold on.
Took everything, ain't nothing left. Count your blessings, count your stuffs. At your throne like we that strap. It's way too cold under the flesh. All we ball, but we don't mesh. All we drink leave us a mess. Down all my drills, that is old news.